Hi, good evening. I'm April Fontenot, and I'm coming to you tonight just to um, share a story that I was given permission to share by a good friend of mine that's been undiagnosed, rather, with an illness that the doctors just can't seem to figure out, come to terms with here. So he and I just kind of chatted over the weekend, and he just, stated that he's been dealing with some complications with his health, rather. As time has progressed, he's been vomiting each morning, whether he's eating or not eating, and has been really, really sick. Where it's so bad that he's actually having to take leave from work, and he's lost weight as the time has progressed. But in the beginning, he was gaining weight. So he just shared with me that he, went on vacation, a few years ago, and was, gaining the weight, and just kind of alarmed because he was so thin all his life and wasn't quite sure what was going on. So he just kind of ignored it and, just continued to eat what he wanted and do what he wanted. So he visited a restaurant, and after leaving with his family and friends, he goes back to his hotel. And that same night, actually, he became very, very ill and very sick, and was vomiting the whole night. Didn't get any sleep, and thought it was just food poisoning. So as he goes, back home, and time has progressed, this has been happening for the past, I'll say, about 2 years. He kind of shared with me the same symptoms. He's throwing up each morning, can't keep anything down, and now it's kind of reversed. He's losing weight. So since all of this has been happening, he has visited several doctors. No one seems to know what's going on. At one point, they kind of, thought, hey, maybe he has ulcers or GERD, or, things of that sort. And, after the tests have been run or done, rather, they're still not finding anything. So it's been really, really tough for him. And he's just really, um, been really depressed over the past couple of years. And now he's, kind of just advised me that he's finally come to terms with it and just has accepted it, and has been taking the medications that they've given him, even though they still can't figure out what's wrong with him. And I just really think that that's totally unfair, because we deserve to know what's going on with our bodies. And at the same time, this guy is just in the shadows, just wondering, hey, am I going to live the next day, or am I dying, or what's happening? But he's just being told, hey, we think this it's one thing. Oh no, we think it's another. And it's been pretty tough. And I can imagine where he's, what he's going through, and definitely could put myself in his shoes. But to sum it all up, he's, like I said, come to terms with it, and has just, advised me that, no matter what you do in life, always, take care of yourself, never take your health for granted, because this could be you, that same very thing could be happening to you. And he's in very good spirits, and, just wants everybody to know that no matter how tough it gets, if you're ill, if you're sick, whatever you're going through in life, always, be appreciative. Don't take it for granted. And don't let it get the best of you. Don't make that your downfall. Don't get blindsided by that. That's just one thing happening in your life. You can always overcome it. And he's basically just advised me that he has overcome the fear, and he's dealing with it. And until they figure out what's exactly wrong with him, he's going to continue to live his life and make the best of it. And as long as he knows he's not dying or about to, croak at any time or what have you, he's, come to terms with it, and is, just pretty positive about it. And I think that's a good thing. But basically, like I said, to sum this all up, you know, um, you never know if someone else is going through something worse than you. And, instead of complaining, definitely be thankful for what you have, because hey, that, like I said, that could be us. throwing up or vomiting rather every day, or having to take off from work and, not knowing what's going on. And I mean, he also shared, and just to end this here, but he also feels like the healthcare system is just not fair or just, and he feels like a number, and that it's all just a money game. But at the same time, he said he's just going to ride it out, do what they ask him to do, and continue to live his life. But I thought it was a great story, and I really enjoyed it, and I learned a lot from that. I mean, that really opened my eyes to a lot of the things that I have going on in my life, and did in the past, and I never looked at it like that. I just always, you always think selfishly, you think about yourself or what you have going on, but you never reach out to family or friend, and you never know what they're going through. So I really enjoyed his story, and he's doing a lot better, and I call to check on him from time to time. But really, really interesting point, and like I said, you guys out there, just be thankful for what you have, because that could be us. And that's that. Have a good night. Mm, I don't like that.